Hello everybody, Carnage back here again, and today I am going to be doing a comic book haul video. But before I do get fully into the video, I want to give a huge shout out to a friend of mine named Brandon Syme. He's a YouTuber with about 200 subscribers, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but anyway, he's a really great guy. I really enjoy his content, even though I haven't watched any of his videos in a couple of weeks, but it was his 17th birthday yesterday, so huge shout out to him. And I hope you had a great birthday, buddy. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get right into the comic book haul. And starting off, I have a big pile of comic books that I've been kind of gathering over the past couple of weeks or months, anyway. I don't think I've really put any comic books into a haul video of mine since an eBay one, where I bought about 8 comic books, I believe, for really great deals. But anyway, without any further ado, starting off is The Immortal Hulk issue number 41. This is definitely one of my favorite covers that Alex Ross has done for the series so far. Yeah. And this one was just kind of like a little bit of a filler issue where, like if you read issue number 40, you kind of understand what's going on. I'm not going to spoil anything too much, but it's a really, it's kind of like a little bit of a filler issue. So it doesn't really like progress the story an extreme amount, but it does kind of like give you a little more insight to what is going on. So it's a pretty good read in my opinion. And then off to another one is Marvel's X number 6, and it's the final issue in this 6-issue limited series, and more cover art by Alex Ross. Phenomenal looking. Like, I truthfully have not read anything about, I believe it's called Earth X. I could be wrong about that, but it's a pretty great story. I really do recommend you guys like check it out. And then next up I have Batman issue 101. And I personally have not read anything after issue number 1 of Joker War. But I mean, it was a great first issue. I just personally have not read anything after that because I've kind of gotten a little too busy and distracted with other comic books and so on and so forth. And after that is Maestro issue number 3. And this series is almost uh, completed. It's only a 5-issue series, if I remember correctly, but it's a really great read. So far, it kind of brings the Maestro more in depth, brings out like his origin story more. And it's a pretty great story in my opinion, so I really do recommend you guys check out Maestro. And then after that are just 2 little side stories for Dark Knight's Death Metal. And we have Robin King and the Multiverse Who Laughs. This one just kind of explains more into, what am I trying to say? Like more dark alternate Earths. I know there was one where Green Lantern fights Green Arrow. Steel, who is basically like Superman just with an iron like costume. There's one with him in it. I remember. And then there was like a kind of like a zombie apocalypse type of thing, but every superhero and every human on the planet was dead, excluding like some animals, like just the super pets basically. And then Robin King. This kind of just like explains the Robin King's origin, and it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it, especially this panel right here where it kind of explains everything on his utility belt. So it was pretty good. And then we have issue number 4 of the Maestro, and in this one there is a big fight between the Maestro and, well, technically this is just the Hulk and this is the Maestro, and Hercules was the Maestro for a long time up until that issue. I'm not going to explain what happens because it's a little bit of a spoiler, but it's a really good fight, really good story in my opinion. So I recommend you guys do check it out. And going on to the next comic is issue number 9 of Doctor Doom. This one is basically just kind of like a more progressive like issue. It's really good. I really do enjoy it, and I'm very excited for issue number 10. And then on to another tie-in for Dark Knight's Death Metal. And this is the final stories of the DC Universe. I personally have not read this one fully through yet, but it's basically like it's just very cool. I really enjoy it. It's giving like more what am I trying to say? More like explanation to what's been happening in between each issue and stuff like that. But it's pretty good. And then this is actually a comic series that I have really enjoyed ever since I first saw a video about it on Comicstorian, and that is New 52 Earth 2, and this is issue number 3 and 4. Yeah, it's a pretty great series. I really, really love it, and I recommend you guys do check it out, because it's kind of like the original like DC characters, like the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott, Jay Garrick Flash. I know there's like a couple more characters that I can't fully remember what their name is, but I know Hawkgirl's in it. Solomon Grundy, I believe, is also in it, and he actually plays a pretty uh, interesting role in it, in my opinion. And now, kind of leaning more back to Dark Knight's Death Metal, we have issues number 5 and issue 6 of Dark Knight's Death Metal. And I really love these covers. These are just phenomenal looking covers, in my opinion. Like, just, and the story is pretty good too, so it's like a double win for me. And I do recommend you guys do check out this pretty great story. Like, some people might say, oh, it takes too long and I don't like it. That's their opinion. My opinion is it's a really good story, and I do recommend you guys to check it out. And then we have another tie-in to Death Metal, and that is Rise of the New God. And basically, this is just an issue where it's kind of explaining like there's like I don't remember the name of the character, but I know it's someone who keeps like records of every universe that has ended, and it's a pretty good one. I believe Lex Luthor shows up into it, and then it has the One Who Laughs, which is his new name, rather than the Batman Who Laughs. And the One Who Laughs fights another god named Perpetua, and it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. And then another tie-in is Infinite Hour Extreme, and this is basically just a story with Lobo. And for those of you who do not know who Lobo is, he is basically just a really cool character. He's a badass, and I really love him. And then it has Lobo using like something and making his own universe where everyone is basically Lobo. And it's really good and a really great story, and I really do recommend you guys check it out. And I know I say that a lot about a lot of stories, but I really do mean it for like Death Metal. Like, if you read everything about it, you will really, really enjoy it. And then going on to kind of like just miscellaneous DC books. First, we have Dark Multiverse Batman Hush, and this is an alternate universe with Hush. Rather than Hush being an old friend of Batman, Batman becomes Hush, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. It's a pretty great read, and when they do come out with like the little omnibus or whatever they're called, like the paperback version of books, I can't think of the name right now, but when they get those, and one that I was really excited to like read about is the Dark Multiverse Flashpoint, and this is a pretty like like I love the Dark Multiverse and just like alternate realities and stuff like that, but this one definitely made me really enjoy all of them, and especially like what happens like to like the Reverse Flash and everything like that. What happens to Batman in this issue is pretty phenomenal. But it's a really great read, and I do recommend you guys check it out. And then the newest one I picked up, and that is Crisis on Infinite Earths. And I am not gonna lie, like this one is kind of like just one minor thing changed and everything just went different from there. Rather than like like if any of you watched like the Crisis on Infinite Earths, like the Superman with the gray hair, this is like that Superman looked into the void rather than the Superman from like I'm gonna call it our reality. Like our reality Superman looked into the void rather than the older Superman. And that one change kind of shifted everything to the Justice Society of America just becoming the heroes and the final Earth, actually. And it's a pretty great read, in my opinion. And I like all this dark multiverse stuff is just great, in my opinion. And then next up are issue number 5 and 6 of Dead Planet. And this story is almost complete. There is one more issue, I believe, after this one. Yeah, there's one more issue. And in issue number 6, like a very, very, very cool thing happens to John Constantine. And it's like, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's pretty great and I love it. Oh, and also within the next, like later this month, I believe, actually, they are coming out with DC Future State. I'm not so sure what it's about. I haven't really read up too much on it, but from what it looks like, there are different versions of like our favorite characters, like a new Batman, new Superman, and just new versions of like older characters. So I don't know if it's gonna continue being like that or not, but I'm very excited to see where it goes from there. And then next up is a tie-in with the King in Black storyline. And this is actually a first team appearance of this group called the Union. And they are basically like a, how can I best describe it? Like, they're the British Avengers, as I will kind of put it. They're a great team. I really like it. And this is actually the first issue where they actually team up. So this is kind of almost like Avengers #1 for them. But it's also a tie in to the King in Black. And speaking of King in Black, here is issue #1 of that. And when you get this, or at least when I got it, you get like a little actual tattoo. And this is like a very cool thing. And I may actually want to get this like as a poster or something like that. But this is just a phenomenal like story just from this one issue. And I do recommend you guys check it out. Donny Cates is definitely doing a great job with it so far, like the Venom run and just everything else in general with it. And then here is the final issue of a different story that I've been reading, and that is issue #4 of Marvel Zombies Resurrection. And it's just phenomenal. Like, fantastic story, fantastic. Like, it's not as great as the original, like Marvel Zombies, in my opinion, but it's still like pretty good. Like for me, like the original Marvel Zombie story right there. Um, then it goes Dead Days and like a few other. If you guys want to know my personal opinion about it, you can just ask me in the comments below. And then I believe this is issue 40 of the Immortal Hulk. Um, how does it? Yeah, this is issue #40 of the Immortal Hulk, and this is kind of like a what's it called? Like a Native American cover, or something like that. I don't fully remember what it's called. Oh yeah, Native American Heritage. Yeah. So basically, this is just like a version of that. Like I personally wanted like the main cover. Like this one looks pretty cool, but I personally just want to keep like the Alex Ross covers. And here's actually my favorite issue so far of the Immortal Hulk, and that is issue #39. And as you can see by the cover, Alex Ross did a phenomenal job. Just having like multiple different versions of the Hulk. Like there's the regular Devil Hulk, I presume, with Gladiator Hulk, and right there is the Maestro. It's just really beautiful, and I love it. And right here is issue number 8 of Doctor Doom. And again, I can't say any more about this story rather than it's just amazing, and I really do enjoy it. And I'm gonna be sad when it does end, but I don't know who's writing it, but judging by the people on the top, I'm assuming it's Christopher Cantwell, and so far I think he is doing a phenomenal job with it. And then this is basically just like a little extra free thing that they throw in, where it just has like different images and stuff of other comics. So yeah, I'm not gonna show you guys that because it kind of has spoilers in it. And then a story that I really, really did enjoy, and that is Batman 3 Jokers, and this is issue number 3. And with issue number 3, well, for all of them, you get a card with all 3 different Jokers that appear in this. But for this one, it's Red Hood and the Joker. The one before this was Batgirl and a different Joker. And the one before that one was Batman and that other Joker. And yeah, and I also have like ones that I've already shown, except for this one. I accidentally grabbed ones that I already put in their own separate video, and basically it was like the eBay haul that I got. And this is actually the third to the last issue that I have to show for today, and that is Justice League of America Rebirth, and that's issue number 1. And this team has Lobo, Killer Frost, Vixen, and I don't remember the other names of the characters. I know the Atom is also on this team. So it's a really great read just from the first issue. So I do recommend you guys go check it out. And I know I say that a lot, but I really do recommend most of these stories that I have personally been reading. And I know this is kind of taking a while, but and my throat may kind of sound kind of bad, but I do apologize. And then this was like about last week, I believe. My grandmother took me along with her because she's kind of on the older side, and she can't do a whole lot by herself, like weight wise. Sorry. I apologize if I'm kind of out of focus. There we go. Yeah, but she said I could pick out a couple comic books because they were doing like 25% off or something like that. I don't fully remember what it was, but I only came back with like one issue, and then she said, "Oh, go grab another one," or something like that. And it was surprising to me because, I mean, look at the back of that. $45 just for this one. And this is Submariner from his original story. And this is Volume 1, Issue 17. And this came out September of 1969. This one single comic is basically the same age as my father. This is just a year younger. So that's phenomenal to me, because it's just so old. And this one I mainly picked up because the cover just looked really cool. And that is Submariner. Oh. No, let me just... Yeah, okay, that'll work. And this is issue number 30? Yeah, issue number 31 of the original Submariner from Volume 1. And this is from November of 1970. And as you can see by the price, it was $32. So my grandmother basically spent about $77 on me, even though I would have been okay with just like nothing or just one of them because I got to spend time with my grandmother. But she she's kind of, I'm assuming I'm her favorite grandchild at this point because I'm the only one she's ever taken uh Christmas shopping. That I meant to say school shopping, where she bought me a couple of t-shirts and jeans, which I really do appreciate. So thank you, Grandma. But yeah, that's basically everything that I have for this video. So I really hope you guys did enjoy it. And again, please go check out my friend Brandon. He's a really cool guy. If you guys wanted like YouTube or Instagram, they are both Brandon Sime. That is Brandon and space SIME. So go check them out. And yeah, with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will catch all of you in the next video. Peace.